Hey folks, this is Rhykker with another Diablo lore video. In today's episode, we discuss Acts 3 and 4 of Diablo 3, the defeat of Azmodan and the rise of the prime evil Diablo. This is part 21 in a video series in which we explore the major players in the story of Diablo, from the Nephilim to Tyrael to Deckard Cain to Diablo himself, and give a crash course on what exactly is going on story-wise in this game series. What's that, you ask? A second lore video in less than a month? Has hell frozen over? Well, let's find out. Feel free to check out our previous episodes if you haven't, especially the one that just released last week. You can find them all on my website, Rhykker.com, which brings us to a word from this video's sponsor. I built my website using Squarespace, and I was able to do everything myself, quickly and easily, and with zero education in the field, all thanks to how easy Squarespace is to work with. Squarespace even has a new AI tool called Design Intelligence, which combines 2 decades of industry-leading web design expertise with the latest AI tech to empower you to build a beautiful-looking, personalized website made exactly for your needs and your unique identity. Squarespace even has optimized SEO tools so that you can launch your website and start getting views as quickly as possible. Squarespace is flexible for any kind of website with tons of design options to pick from. You can easily connect all your social accounts and also upload your video content and organize your video library. You can sell products or services, and with Squarespace Payment, you have an easy way to manage your payments in one place. You're just a few clicks away from being able to receive payments through your website, all while offering customers popular payment methods like Apple Pay, ClearPay, Klarna, and ACH Direct Debit. Basically, if you want to build a website, I recommend Squarespace. So head to squarespace.com/Rhykker or click the link in the description to start your free trial and use code Rhykker to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/RHYKKER and use code Rhykker. In our last episode, we left off with our heroes heading to Bastions Keep in order to stop the upcoming invasion of Hell being led by Azmodan, Lord of Sin. Adria suspected that Azmodan had somehow found out about Diablo's plan with the Black Soulstone, and therefore would refuse to leave Hell as long as the Black Soulstone was around. She knew that to zoop him into the Soulstone, they would have to go beyond just Bastions Keep. They'd have to go face him in Hell itself. But she didn't tell her companions that, yet. It'd be a hard sell. So let's talk Azmodan a bit. Last we left off with him, he was the architect of the Dark Exile that punted the 3 brothers, Diablo, Baal, and Mephisto, the prime evils, out of Hell, ultimately allowing Azmodan to live out his dream to rule over Hell. Well, his power was shared with Belial for a while. They kind of split their turf half-half. They bickered over territory. I mean, it was full-on civil war for a while. Brotherly love, am I right? But as Belial headed to Sanctuary, that left Azmodan as the de facto boss in Hell. After the Nephilim defeated Belial, Azmodan spoke to Diablo through his mortal host Leah, appearing in a vision, defying him, confirming that he did know about the Black Soulstone plan and that he planned to subvert it and take the Black Soulstone for himself. So when our heroes arrived at Bastions Keep, they found it already under siege by Azmodan's forces. Long ago, the keep had been constructed by King Corsic, second king of Westmarch and son to King Rakis. It was built to keep the northern barbarians out of his lands. When the World Stone exploded, the keep's walls were damaged, and that damage went unrepaired for 20 years. Big mistake now that Azmodan was invading. Also, the fortress itself, designed to hold a garrison of 3,000 soldiers, was undermanned by the time of Azmodan's assault, with only 1,000 soldiers defending it. The keep's defenders sent out a request for reinforcements from Westmarch, only to receive a message back from King Justinian IV, basically saying, "Stop wasting my time with pranks, there's no such thing as demon lords." Gome, Lord of Gluttony, one of Azmodan's sin lieutenants, raided Bastions Keep directly himself. Gome never stood a chance against the might of the Nephilim, however. But Bastions Keep food supplies did not stand a chance against the Lord of Gluttony, who consumed or spoiled all the food. Azmodan even deployed a Siegebreaker assault beast against Bastions Keep, a living siege engine of massive strength and size. Only a few Siegebreakers existed, and historically they'd been used by the great evils to lay siege to the Pandemonium Fortress when it would be under angelic control. Now, against Bastions Keep, it took 100 men, led by hero Captain Hale, to bring it down. Quick sidebar about Captain Hanson Hale. Not handsome, although I guess he was. Captain Hale was a famous soldier of Westmarch who had won hundreds of lost causes throughout the world. He happened to be stationed at Bastions Keep when the siege happened. Ultimately, all his men ended up dying in battle, after which he would be haunted with survivor's guilt. Throughout all this, Adria stuck with Leah, who was struggling to use her powers to keep the 6 demon souls contained within the Black Soul Stone. At some point, Leah even lost control for a moment, and a bunch of wraith-like demons emerged from the stone, though they were very easily defeated by the Nephilim. The siege of Bastions Keep lasted for 10 days before our heroes fought off Azmodan's forces all the way back to Arcthorin Crater from whence they came. By this point, only 300 defenders remained. And no, sadly, it wasn't those guys. As our heroes descended into the depths of Arcthorin Crater, they found it transforming into hell itself. Azmodan's realm of sin had spilled over into Sanctuary. There, the Nephilim single-handedly took down a Siegebreaker assault beast, foreshadowing, to set up how powerful our Nephilim had become. Continuing down into the depths of the realm of sin, the Nephilim defeated Sidea, the Maiden of Lust, another of Azmodan's sin lieutenants, as well as his consort. Must be the legs. And then they ultimately defeated Azmodan himself. His soul got zooped into the Black Soul Stone, and now all 7 of the great evils were contained. All that needed to be done now was to destroy the stone, and all evil will be gone forever. But then Adria finally did her face-heel turn. 20 years of planning led to this. She used the Black Soul Stone to awaken Diablo within her daughter Leah, and all the great evils came together to become one, the singular prime evil. Leah's mind was shattered by this, and for all intents and purposes, this was the moment of Leah's death and the end of her story. Yes, she was the biological daughter of Adria, but really she was the daughter of Deckard Cain and the last of his legacy. Now more powerful than any demon in history, Diablo in Leah's body headed off to finally put an end to the eternal conflict by waging war against his ancient foes, the angels of the high heavens. Meanwhile, Adria, having completed her job, disappeared through a portal where she stayed out of the story for a while. Diablo arrived at the Diamond Gates of Heaven, which had never been breached in the history of the eternal conflict. There, he was intercepted by Imperius, Archangel of Valor and leader of the Angiris Council. Even though Diablo was in the host body of Leah, Imperius was not fooled. He summoned his spear, Solarion, forged in the heart of a dying star, and used it to reveal Diablo's true form. The two fought, with Imperius actually managing to hold his own against the combined might of all 7 evils. However, Diablo then snapped Solarion in twain and impaled Imperius. Wounded and disarmed, Imperius beat a hasty retreat, while Diablo destroyed the Diamond Gates, allowing the demonic army to pour forth into the high heavens. Oriel, the Archangel of Hope, and most beloved of all angels, was captured by Rakanoth, Lord of Despair and servant of Andariel, which led to the loss of hope and spread of despair throughout the heavenly host. Sounds about right. The Nephilim took the stairway to heaven to chase after Diablo. They killed Rakanoth and freed Oriel, after which Imperius told him to beat it, because he doesn't like smelly humans, and he blamed the Nephilim and Tyrael for Diablo's invasion. The Nephilim did not beat it, instead choosing to go beat Diablo, who had made it all the way to the Silver City, the capital of the high heavens. There he climbed the tallest tower, the Silver Spire, to get to the Crystal Arch, the source of all angelic power. No demon had ever made it into the Silver City before, much less reach the Crystal Arch itself. Diablo began to corrupt the Arch, and all angels but Tyrael were incapacitated. Tyrael, having torn off his wings and become mortal, was no longer bound to the Arch, and so he led the Nephilim to the peak of the Arch to confront Diablo. Along the way, Diablo summoned forth Izual, the angel-turned-demon and Tyrael's old lieutenant, as the game is wont to remind us, who had been defeated 20 years prior but had since respawned. Diablo did this basically to just screw with Tyrael. After defeating Izual, the Nephilim went on to confront Diablo in an epic battle in which they proved they were powerful enough to take on all 7 evils combined. They defeated Diablo, saving the universe from the Lord of Terror for the last time in Diablo's chronology so far. Until Diablo 4 eventually adds Diablo, right? They're gonna add Diablo, right? Diablo's corruption of the Crystal Arch lifted, and heaven was cleansed. Oriel came to thank and congratulate the Nephilim, and even Ethereal, Archangel of Fate, showed up to remind us that, yes, he also exists. Tyrael declared that because justice had been done that day, he no longer needed to be the aspect of justice. He instead would return to the high heavens and rejoin the Angelus Council to take the seat of the aspect of wisdom. Since the guy who previously held that title, Malthael, hadn't shown up to work in forever. Seriously, ever since the World Stone blew up, no one has seen Malthael. That's not ominous at all. But would that truly be the end of evil? What would happen to the Black Soul Stone now? And what has Malthael been up to for the past 20 years? All these questions and more will be answered as we continue to explore this Diablo lore video series. Stay tuned. Until then, be sure to get caught up on past episodes. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to my Twitch and Patreon supporters for making these videos possible. If you enjoyed this video, please share it, check out these other videos, and subscribe to join Rhykker's Raiders for more Diablo videos.